weeks out from the Tampa Pro, and food is getting pulled. And what I wanted to do today is take you through my day in the eating, what I'm currently eating on prep. This is a training day, so the calories will be a little higher than the off day. And you might have saw one of my last eating in the days just on the tail end of off season. I think it was like 5,300 calories. Well, the calories have come down a lot. And with my last update, I had moved my mom and I came back. I was around this 247, 248 kind of range. Throughout this week, my weight has come up, not because I'm gaining a bunch of body fat, but just, I think I mentioned last time, I didn't have like my growth hormone with me, and so I had a little bit of like probably water shift up, but also seeing like over that weekend how much I pulled down just from output being higher, and also gym performance being really good, and seeing it kind of slow down a little bit this week, being back into my normal routine. It just let me know the decision process to push myself forward. So current diet setup that we're going to go through today is 3,190 calories, 303 grams of protein, 346 grams of carbs, and 65 grams of fat. I know the numbers are like, why is there's a 41, or just because how I had the food programmed in, and it gets right around there. So I'll make food adjustments, and usually we'll pull pretty close to about 125 grams of carbs from this last adjustment that I just made. So I pulled about 500 calories on my train days and about the same on my off days. As we go through the day, I'll give you some other updates on the plan. But for this first meal, I have 250 grams of egg white, 100 grams of spinach, and 2 whole eggs with some Cholula habanero sauce. I have 75 grams of blueberries. Then also I still have my bagels in. So these are Dave's bagels with some sugar-free peach jam. And on my off days, I did switch the bagel to oats, just as total carb amounts come down, fiber amounts come down, and also to manage hunger more on my off days. So this is my meal one setup, and I'll put this down. I'll have second meal, and then that'll be time for training.
Just got done at the gym. Leg day today. It was a smashing session. My set quality was just so much higher today. I did 7 quad sets last time and ended up just doing 6 today, just because like I could tell like they were smoked and I just didn't even need anymore. So it's kind of the point when your volume gets that much higher in quality, you can cut back a bit. But anyway, to the diet of what you're here for is post-workout, I do go with a solid meal. It's 310 grams of white rice. I do 125 grams of like a medley. It's like broccoli, carrot, has like celery in it, snap peas, and 10 grams of olive oil that's infused with garlic and porcini mushroom, because the garlic and porcini has special properties that, I'm just making that up. It just tastes really good. And do 160 grams of cooked weight chicken. And yes, I know I weigh it cooked, but my cooking method is consistent always. It doesn't really vary, so that's just standardized. Solid meal post-training, because I like just the rice and whey pre, because it sits pretty light, but something post, it's a little more satiating. And also, like, hey, post-training, like protein synthesis elevated for like 24 hours, glycogen resynthesis elevated for like 24 hours. So the timing of a liquid meal post-training is pretty minuscule. So I would go with what's going to give you like the best satiety while you're dieting, and also just weighs in your preferences. So that is the setup for my post-workout right now. For this meal, we're at 768 calories, 63 grams of protein, 90 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat.
We're here for meal number 4, and this is one of my more voluminous meals, because this is like when I get the hungriest during this time of day. So Renee and I, we've been doing this probably now for like 2 years, are just our evening salads and Netflix and chill, basically. So this is 200 grams of lettuce with about 50 grams tomato, 50 grams onion, and then I also have 160 grams of cooked chicken and 100 grams of white jasmine rice, topped with my olive oil infusion, 10 grams of that, and then 200 grams of strawberries and 100 grams of peaches. Topping this all off for my salad dressing is honey Dijon mustard and also Jihu's Polynesian, which you usually see barbecue sauce. The Polynesian is a rare one, which you mainly can get at Walmart, but this one is one of my favorites. It's excellent. And this all adds up to 618 calories, 62 grams of protein, 58 grams of carbs, and 15 grams of fat. Also, other updates around this week was I had my lab work came in. Relatively everything looked pretty solid. My LDL was a little over 100, which usually it's not. But one thing I've had in for a while now has been like 2 whole eggs every morning, which I know from past experience, like I'm more reactive to saturated fats in my diet for like skewing my lipids a little bit. So, I mean, I'm going in prep, so I know it's going to come out. It was just a little over, so not a big deal. All organ health and stuff looked really good. The thyroid, so free T3, it's normal, but just a little towards the low end of normal. So I'm already taking T4, T3. So just raising that up a little bit, both together, T4 and T3. So that'll keep metabolic function up while dieting. Other changes were just to raise the total androgen load by 100 milligrams. So not major changes on the PED side of the equation. Gonna eat this meal. I'm really hungry. Then we'll have one more meal left for the day.
Meal 5 of the night, wrapping up with my famous oat cake. No, I don't know. It's another meal Renee I've done for a long time, and people always ask for this recipe, but it is 45 grams of oat powder. So we just grind up oatmeal, then put some baking powder in, and in this I also use 10 grams of unsweetened cacao powder, 100%, and 2 packs of stevia, 30 grams of pumpkin, and 30 grams of egg white. Mix it up, microwave it for 3 minutes, and it turns into like kind of a brownie / cake. Topping it, use 15 grams of Pride Foods Pride butter, salted chocolate, and that's like an almond butter, a little bit of coconut oil in it as well. And it has also 25 grams of whey. Then I have just a shake with ice and 240 mils of unsweetened almond milk, and also 25 grams of whey. So that is what we do. Have like a brownie cake and ice cream. We have a Ninja Creamy to make ice cream, but man, just been super lazy to even mess with the thing. So, and I'm not that hungry, so it's all good. Anyway, totaling up for this meal, 534 calories, 61 grams of protein, 43 grams of carbs, and almost 14 grams of fat. And that's where I'm currently at with my eating for the day. So in summary, again, if I didn't say it exactly right, it was at 3,190 calories, 303 grams of protein, 346 grams of carbs, and 65 grams of fat. So that's where we are at. Any questions? Leave them down below for me. I'll answer whatever on this prep for you, and we'll talk to you next week.